Between mountain and sea, there's a city that never truly dries, but never stops shining either. A city where rain sings on rooftops, fog rolls between wooden houses, and light breaks through the clouds when you least expect it. This is Bergen, Norway's gateway to the fjords. A city built on weather, trade, music, and stories. I've filmed across Norway for years, and few places are as alive as this one. In this film, we'll explore Bergen's past and present, its mountains and markets, its culture, weather, and character. Whether you're planning a trip or just want to experience Norway from your screen. And welcome. Let's discover Bergen together. 1. Where Bergen comes from. Bergen began almost 1,000 years ago, in a meadow between the mountains and the sea. Its old name was Bergen, meaning the green meadow among the mountains. It still fits perfectly. The city grew where land met ocean, a natural harbor, sheltered from storms, but open to the world. That balance between protection and exposure has shaped Bergen ever since. Founded in the 11th century, it quickly became one of Northern Europe's most important trading ports. Ships came loaded with dried fish from the north, stockfish, the gold of medieval Norway. In return came grain, cloth, and salt from the continent. To manage this trade, the Hanseatic League established offices here. They brought wealth, discipline, and their own community of merchants. They built the wooden wharf we now call Bryggen, a narrow maze of timber houses, tilted and creaking from centuries of rain and time. Behind the colorful facades, warehouses once stored cod, oil, and barrels. Young apprentices slept in tiny lofts, writing letters home that still survive today. Now those same buildings hold cafes, artists, and workshops, a living museum that never feels frozen. Bergen has burned many times. Most of the city you see today stands on the ashes of older versions, but each fire brought rebuilding, and that's part of Bergen's spirit. Stubborn, creative, and proud. Down by the harbor, Håkon's Hall and the Rosenkrantz Tower still guard the waterfront. They remind us that Bergen once served as Norway's royal capital, a center of power long before Oslo took that title. 7 mountains ring the city like quiet walls. They stop the worst winds, but they also trap the rain, giving Bergen more rainy days than almost anywhere in Europe. Locals simply call it weather and carry on with a smile. The rain gives everything texture. The wood glows darker, the air smells of salt and pine, and reflections ripple through the cobblestones. It's not just scenery, it's atmosphere. That's what makes Bergen different. Small enough to feel personal, yet big enough to feel alive. Historic, yet modern. Constantly washed clean, always ready for another story. 2. The weather and how to love the rain. Bergen is famous for one thing, above all, rain. It rains here more than 200 days each year, sometimes much more. But locals don't complain. They adapt, they laugh, and they dress for it. Umbrellas don't last long in the wind, so most people just wear good jackets and carry on. If you visit, do the same, embrace it. The weather changes quickly. Clouds break open in seconds, revealing sudden bursts of golden light. That's when the city glows and every photographer runs outside. The secret of enjoying Bergen is simple. Don't wait for sunshine. Just plan your day around the light you have, because here, the rain is part of the experience. It gives the city its rhythm, its sound, its life. 3. Getting here and around. If you're flying in, you'll arrive at Bergen Airport, Flesland, about 20 kilometers south of the city. The Bryggen light rail connects the airport to the center in roughly 45 minutes. It's affordable, clean, and scenic, passing modern suburbs along the way. Taxis are faster but more expensive, and the Flybus and airport bus sits somewhere in between. You can also arrive by sea. Bergen is a major cruise destination and the starting or ending point of Norway's famous Hurtigruten coastal voyage. Cruise ships dock just a few minutes walk from the harbor, so you can step straight into the city's core. Once you're here, the center is compact and perfect for walking. Most attractions, Bryggen, the fish market, Floyen, are within 10 minutes of each other. For longer trips, use the Skis public transport network or hop on the Bryggen again if you're heading south. 4. The mountains, Floyen and Ulriken. Bergen's mountains aren't just background, they're part of daily life. Take the Floyen funicular from the city center to Mount Floyen. It's a short, steep ride that rewards you with panoramic views, walking trails, and even a cafe at the top. You can hike down through quiet forest paths and watch the city unfold below through the trees. Higher still stands Ulriken, the tallest of the 7 mountains at 643 meters. The Ulriksbanen cable car takes you to the summit in minutes. Up there, the wind is stronger, the view wider, and the horizon seems to stretch forever. Between these peaks lies a network of trails connecting them all. On a clear day, you can hike from Ulriken to Floyen, a classic local route that mixes city, forest, and wilderness in one walk. 5. The harbor and everyday life. At sea level, Bergen's rhythm is found in the harbor. Fishing boats, cruise ships, and ferries share the same calm water. Seagulls circle above the smell of salt and waffles. Bryggen, with its colorful wooden buildings, tells the story of centuries of trade. Wander behind the facades, and you'll find narrow passages lined with workshops, galleries, and locals chatting over coffee. The fish market nearby has been running for centuries. Yes, it's touristy, but it's also part of Bergen's DNA. Try fish soup on a rainy day, or watch fishermen unload the morning catch. A short walk away stands Bergenhus Fortress, home to Håkon's Hall and the Rosenkrantz Tower. Stone reminders of royal times and maritime power. Across the harbor, the Nordnes Peninsula offers quieter charm, old wooden houses, sea views, and a neighborhood feeling that makes you forget you're in Norway's second largest city. 6. Culture, music, and spirit. Bergen is often called Norway's cultural capital. It's home to Edvard Grieg, the country's most famous composer, whose melodies still echo through the hills. You can visit his house at Troldhagen, where his piano still stands by the window, overlooking the lake. Today, Bergen's music scene is alive and young, from orchestras to modern artists like Kygo and Aurora. Festivals fill the calendar. Bergenfest, Nattjazz, and the Bergen International Festival transform the rainy streets into outdoor stages every summer. One of the most unique traditions here is the Bukorps, youth brigades that parade through the streets beating drums every spring. It's loud, proud, and purely Bergen, a sound that connects generations. Bergensers have their own identity, direct, humorous, and warm. Once you break through their dry jokes, they love their city deeply, and they'll remind you that nothing makes them happier than a little rain. 7. Seasons and when to visit. Each season paints Bergen differently. Winter brings moody skies, snow-dusted mountains, and cozy cafes glowing through the mist. Spring adds color to the hillsides and blossoms to the streets. Summer stretches the days long and bright, perfect for hiking, festivals, and fjord cruises. Autumn sets the mountains on fire with golden leaves, while rain deepens every reflection in the harbor. There's no wrong time to visit, only different shades of the same magic. Just pack layers, waterproofs, and curiosity. 8. Nearby adventures. Bergen is the perfect base for exploring Western Norway. Take a fjord cruise to see steep cliffs, waterfalls, and tiny villages. Visit Fantoft Stave Church, rebuilt after fire, but still breathtaking in the forest. Wander through Sandviken, a quiet district of old wooden homes. Or ride the scenic train from Bergen toward Voss or Floyen, one of the most beautiful rail journeys in the world. Even just outside town, you'll find lakes, islands, and trails where locals go to breathe. In Bergen, nature is never far away. 9. Practical tips. A few quick tips before you go. The Bergen card gives you free public transport and discounts to many attractions. Almost everywhere accepts cards or contactless payments. Cash is rarely needed. The city is safe, compact, and walkable. But do check the weather before hiking. It can change in minutes. And if you want quiet photos of Bryggen, come early morning or late evening. That's when the light and the city are at their best. 10. Closing. Bergen is more than a destination. It's a feeling, a blend of rain and light, mountain and music, history and humor. It's a city that never hides from its weather, but dances with it. If you've enjoyed this journey, leave a comment. Tell me what you'd love to see next in Norway. And if you haven't yet, subscribe for more stories and join me as we continue exploring this incredible country. Until next time, thanks for watching and welcome to Bergen.